Let's talk about something that affects millions worldwide and is slowly becoming one of the most discussed health challenges of our time. No, it's not the latest superfood trend or a new diet that's been taking over social media. It's something far more rooted in our daily lives, something deeply tied to how we choose to nourish ourselves each day. You see, we often think we're making healthy choices, whether grabbing a quick lunch on a hectic workday or preparing a hearty family dinner. But what if the foods we thought were good for us were actually working against our bodies in ways we couldn't immediately see? Before we continue, I'd like to tell you about Diacelan, a powerful blend of 13 natural ingredients, each carefully selected for their proven ability to support healthy blood sugar levels, enhance insulin sensitivity, and promote overall wellness. You can read more on diacelan.com. Recent studies have revealed some surprising findings about how specific everyday foods impact our overall health, especially for those looking to manage their blood sugar levels. For many people, these foods may seem innocent, sitting on shelves in every grocery store or waiting in our refrigerators. We don't often stop to think about how these choices, made in a matter of seconds, could have long-term effects on how our bodies process energy and maintain balance. Now, what if the way we manage our daily eating habits could mean the difference between fluctuating health and long-term stability? For those living with diabetes, these choices are especially critical. Today, we're going to uncover the truth behind 5 common foods that could be sabotaging the well-being of people with diabetes, possibly without them even realizing it. And if you find yourself reaching for any of these, you might not be alone. Many of us fall into the same trap. But understanding why these foods may be harmful and how they affect the body can be the first step toward making meaningful changes. First on our list is something we've all indulged in at one point or another: sugary drinks. While they might taste refreshing on a hot day, sugary drinks like sodas and energy drinks are one of the biggest culprits when it comes to wreaking havoc on blood sugar levels. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who regularly consume sugary drinks are at a significantly higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. The reason lies in the rapid surge of sugar that these drinks introduce into the bloodstream. They lack the fiber or protein that would help regulate the absorption of sugars, meaning that blood sugar levels spike and then crash, leaving the body struggling to regain equilibrium. Over time, this cycle can lead to increased insulin resistance, which is something no one wants, especially those who already face challenges with their blood glucose control. But sugary drinks aren't the only common household item causing trouble. White bread and refined carbohydrates, which many of us enjoy as a staple part of breakfast or lunch, are surprisingly unhelpful for people trying to manage their blood sugar. Refined carbohydrates are stripped of their natural fiber during processing, and without that fiber, the body digests them very quickly. This leads to sharp increases in blood sugar, not unlike what happens after drinking a sugary soda. Think of those fluffy slices of white bread or buttery croissants. Delicious, yes, but when digested, they turn into glucose at a rate faster than you can say blood sugars spike. A more effective choice would be whole grain alternatives, which digest more slowly and provide steady energy instead of a roller coaster effect. Next up, we have fried foods, which, to be honest, most of us love. Who doesn't enjoy a plate of crispy fried chicken or golden French fries from time to time? The trouble with fried foods is twofold. Firstly, they are often coated in breading or batter, which adds more refined carbohydrates to the mix. Secondly, they are cooked in oil, often unhealthy trans fats, which can increase inflammation and insulin resistance. When the body's cells start to resist insulin, it makes managing blood sugar even more difficult, leading to more challenges down the road. This doesn't mean that fried foods are entirely off limits, but they should definitely be approached with caution and ideally consumed in moderation. Another commonly consumed food that might be problematic is candy and sweets. Now, this one might seem obvious, but it's worth mentioning because candy is everywhere, from the office to school lunches and even gas stations. Most of these sweets are packed with refined sugar and not much else. No fiber, no protein, and no healthy fats to slow down the sugar absorption. Imagine eating something that goes almost directly into your bloodstream, spiking your glucose levels before you even know it. This sugar surge can make it difficult to keep levels steady and might lead to crashes later that leave you feeling tired, irritable, and hungry for more sugar. It's a vicious cycle that's tough to break out of, which is why managing the amount of candy in your diet is crucial. Let's talk about dairy. Not just any dairy, but full-fat dairy, which many of us reach for thinking that natural fats are good fats. In reality, full-fat dairy can be a mixed bag, especially for diabetics. The saturated fats in full-fat milk, cheese, and yogurt can interfere with insulin sensitivity, which is already a concern for those managing diabetes. Opting for lower-fat alternatives can help manage this risk while still allowing for the benefits of dairy, such as calcium and protein. This isn't about cutting dairy out entirely, but about making a choice that supports rather than hinders good blood sugar control. By this point, you might be wondering, how did these foods become such a staple if they can cause so much trouble for diabetics? Part of the reason is convenience. Many of these foods are easily accessible, marketed heavily, and offer a quick solution to hunger. It's easy to grab a soda, some candy, or a slice of white bread and go about your day without giving much thought to how these choices affect your body. But for those with diabetes, a bit of awareness and preparation can go a long way. Imagine having a toolkit that allows you to make better choices without feeling deprived or overwhelmed. By focusing on nutrient-dense alternatives like whole grains instead of refined, vegetables instead of fried sides, and water or unsweetened beverages instead of sugary drinks, you can start to feel a real difference in how your body responds. It's not about going on a restrictive diet, but rather about making small, sustainable changes that help keep blood sugar within a healthy range. Here's the real kicker, though. These changes aren't just for people with diabetes. The truth is that everyone could benefit from being more mindful of their blood sugar levels. The foods we eat today affect our energy, our mood, and our ability to think clearly. By cutting back on foods that cause spikes and crashes and focusing instead on those that provide steady energy, we're not only managing diabetes more effectively, but improving overall health in a profound way. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when thinking about all the things to avoid, but let's flip the script for a moment. Instead of dwelling on what not to eat, imagine all the delicious, satisfying foods you can add to your diet. Fresh fruits, plenty of vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats like those found in avocados or nuts can create meals that are both nutritious and tasty. Whole grains, legumes, and plant-based options can give you the fiber your body needs to slow digestion and prevent those dreaded sugar spikes.